Hey, this is David. Today we're going to show you how to fix an electric GE range that has a surface element that won't heat. This is a really common problem that can be caused by a faulty element, a damaged receptacle, or even a surface switch. Let's work together to find out what's going wrong and how to fix it. Before we get down into this machine, why not go ahead and hit those like and subscribe buttons? It's an easy way to give us feedback, and you'll never miss our latest videos. With over 2 million products in stock and the know-how to help you do it yourself, we are AppliancePartsPros.com. First, we need to get our tools together. Today we'll need a multimeter, Phillips head screwdriver, wire stripper, ceramic wire nuts, and some electrical tape. And please remember that safety comes first. Always disconnect your electric range by unplugging it or switching the breaker off. Now let's get started. The receptacle is sometimes called a terminal block, and it's the most common culprit when the element isn't heating. We're going to remove the element and drip pan, and then use a Phillips head screwdriver to remove the single screw that's holding the receptacle. You'll want to take a look inside the plug and see if there's any burn marks where the element has been arcing. And what about the wiring? Do you see any burn marks there? If you see any of these marks, then you'll know that the receptacle needs to be replaced. And when you do this, you can go ahead and replace the element too. If there are scorch marks in the receptacle, there's going to be burned and pitted marks on the element terminals. If you check the receptacle and the wiring looks good, there are two ways we can check the surface element switch. Both of these tests require dealing with live voltage, so the range needs to be plugged in and powered on. Please be very careful to protect yourself from electrical shock, which has the potential to cause serious injuries. Don't ever test live voltage if you're uncomfortable using a multimeter. For the first testing option, we can set a multimeter to AC voltage. You're going to put one probe in one slot of the terminal block and the other probe in the other slot, then turn the switch on. If your multimeter reads 240 volts AC, then your switch is sending the right amount of voltage to the element. Another way we can test the switch is to follow the two wires from the receptacle back to the switch and turn the switch on. We need to remove the two Phillips head screws at each corner of the console. Then we can lift up and back to expose the switches. We need to check the voltage at the two terminals that the wires from the receptacle went to. In our case, they are the two purple wires. When you turn the switch on, you should see a reading of 240 volts on the multimeter. If the voltage isn't correct, there's either incorrect voltage going to the switch, or the switch is defective and not sending the right amount of voltage to the element. If the other elements are working, then there's most likely a problem with the switch. To reassemble, just rotate the console back into place, then reinstall the two screws. If the voltage to the receptacle is good, we can unplug the range. Now we can remove the surface element to test it. You'll need to set your multimeter to the resistance setting, which is measured in ohms. Use the probes to check across the two terminals of the element. You should see 20 to 40 ohms displayed on the meter. If the reading is out of range, or you see a defect in the coil, you'll need to replace the element. Since the receptacle on the surface element of our particular range model is faulty, we'll need to replace it. If you found out that yours had the same problem, let's go through the steps to fix it. You'll need to make sure the power is turned off at the breaker and the range is unplugged. Then you can remove the element and drip pan. Take out the single screw that's holding the metal receptacle holder. If you need to, you can raise the top. Most will lift up and lock into position, which makes the replacement a little easier. The new receptacle kit might come with the full length of wiring that goes all the way back to the switch. If it does, you can cut about 6 inches off the old wiring and splice in the new receptacle.
After removing the old receptacle, cut enough of the new wire off to reach the surface element.
Then snap the receptacle block into the metal holder. Here's the old receptacle, and here's the new one. If you've already got one, great. If not, you can pick one up at appliancepartspros.com. Insert the new terminals into the receptacle block. Keep in mind that they only go in one way. You'll need to use ceramic wire nuts and electrical tape to secure the splice.
You'll want to use ceramic wire nuts because they are heat resistant.
Once you've spliced in the new receptacle using the ceramic wire nuts and electrical tape, now you can lower the top and put it back into position. You need to use the single screw to secure it to the top, then put the drip pan in, and now you can put the element in. Don't forget to plug your electric range back in or turn that breaker back on. Once you've found the faulty part, whether it was a surface element, receptacle, or something else, grab your model number and head over to appliancepartspros.com to order a replacement, which should arrive in just a few days. After you get your new part, we'll walk you through the installation with our video guides. While you're in here, share your repair experience with us by leaving a comment below. And if this video helped you, hit the like and subscribe buttons to see more videos like this. Thank you for your support.